Hello UPSC aspirants, welcome to GetintoIAS, and this session on prime numbers and composite numbers is presented by me, MS Geetha Ranjani. So let's move into the topic, prime numbers and composite numbers. So what is a prime number and what is a composite number? A prime number is the one which is having only two factors. That is said to be a prime number. What is a composite number? On the other hand, numbers other than prime number, which is called composite numbers. Say for example, let's take the number 19 and 23. This is the example. In the 19 and 23, it is having just two factors. If you split out 19, you will be getting 1 is on the one side, 19 is on the another side. 1 into 19 is only 19, no other factors for 19. While you are splitting out 23, you will be having 1 into 23. So only two factors we are having in both the cases. So we are having the numbers which is said to be prime, which is only having two factors. Numbers other than prime, which is said to be composite number. So what are the numbers other than prime numbers? Let's take 20, which is not a prime number. So we can say 20 is a composite number. Another one, 24. Let's factorize these two to reveal the concept. So first one, what are the factors of 20? So 1 into 20 is 20. 2 into 10 is also 20. 4 into 5 is also 20. So how many factors we are having for 20? 1 is a factor, 20 is a factor, 10 is a factor, 4 is a factor, 5 is a factor and 2 is also a factor. How many in total? We are having 6 numbers, 6 factors we are having. So we can say numbers other than 2, that is more than 2 factors. If any one number is having, that number is said to be a composite number. Let's take another example, that is 24. Let's take the factors of 24. 1 into 24, which is 24. 2 into 12, which is also said to be 24. 4 into 6, which is also to be said as 24. What are the factors here? 1, 24, 2, 12, 4 and 6. So 6 factors we are having. However, more than 2, even if you are having just 3 factors, that number is said to be a composite number. So from this concept, what we have learned, the number which should have 1 and the number itself are the 2 factors, then that number is said to be the prime number. And composite number means numbers other than prime, or in simple words we can say number which are having more than 2 factors, which is said to be the composite number. Let's move on to the properties of prime number to understand the concept better. Properties of prime numbers. The first property, which is 1 is neither prime nor composite number. So what is the basic rule for prime number? We want to have at least 2. That is exactly, we want to have 2 factors, then we can say that number is prime numbers. Composite number means more than 2. More than 2 factors, then it is said to be the composite number. But 1 is neither prime nor composite. Why we are calling so? 1, just factorize 1, both the side you will be getting 1 into 1 is 1. So totally how many numbers are the factors? 1 is repeated twice. You should not count that twice. So here only 1 is the factor for number 1. How many factors? 1 factor. So for the prime, we should have exactly 2 factors. For the composite number, we should have more than 2 factors. So we can definitely say 1 is not a prime number, also 1 is not a composite number. That is stated in the first property. Let's move on to the second property. 2 is the only even prime number. So here, while moving on to the prime number section, we are having 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on will be the series of prime numbers. We are going to learn about this in detail later. First, let's see the property. In that it is stated 2 is the only even prime number. So, in the prime number series, you could find that only even number is presented, that is 2. After that, no any even number is presented. Why? Because after 2, the 4 is one of the even number, after that 6 is the even number, after that 8, the series is going on. While the number is bigger, the chances of having 2 factors will be reduced. In case of even numbers, this concept will applicable. That is 2, what are the factors? 1 into 2. But while taking 4, 1 is the factor, 4 is the factor, in between 2 is also the factor. What is 2 into 2. So, one time taking 2 is enough. So, what are the factors of 4 is 1, 2 and 4. From this point itself, we are getting 3 factors. Let's have the factors of 6, that is 1 times 6, 1 into 6, 3 is one of the factor, 2 is also one of the factors. So, the factors are increasing while going with the even number series. So, don't touch the even number after 2 to bring out the prime number value. So, the prime number series only consisting of the even number 2. After that, no any even number is presented in that. This is to be noted carefully. Then the next property, no prime number greater than 5 ends in a 5. That is, in the prime number series, 5, after that 7, after that 11, after that 13. This is the type of the series. After 5, what is the next number ending with 5? After 5, 15. This is prime number series. Prime number series. This is ending with 5 series. That is 5, 15, 25, 35 and so on. This is the series which ends with 5. So, here we can say 15 whether it is a prime or not. So, 3 into 5 is 15, 1 into 15 is 15. Here we have got 4 different factors. So, we can say that 15 is not a prime number. Even 15 is not a prime number. 25? No way. So, we can say 5 is the only prime number ending with 5. That is the property 3. The next property, that is up to 50, there are 15 prime numbers. Then the next property, up to 100, there are 25 prime numbers. These two properties are very important for counting the numbers whenever you are gathering the prime numbers from 1 to 100. The last one is, prime numbers are having exactly 2 factors and squares of prime numbers are having exactly 3 factors. This is very important concept. That is, everyone knows a prime number 2 which is having 2 factors. That's why it is called as a prime number. What about the squares of prime numbers? 2 squares 4. Exactly 3 factors. No more than 2 and all. Exactly 3 factors is the number of factors for any square of prime number. That is, we can say that 1, 2 and 4 are the 3 exact factors of 4. Okay, let's take one more prime number, 7. 7 is one of the prime number. 7 square, the result is 49. How many factors does 49 have? Is without calculation we can blindly say there will be 3 factors. Why? Because the last property says that the squares of any prime numbers would have 3 exact factors with them. That is, 1 into 49 is 49, 7 into 7. Don't count the twice repeated numbers. So, how many times 7 is repeated? Only once. So, 1, 49 and 7 are the 3 exact factors for the square of 7. Now, we are going to count only the prime numbers between 1 to 100. For that, I have taken 10 columns ranging from 1 to 10 the first column, 11 to 20 the second column, then the third one 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70, 71 to 80, 81 to 90 and 91 to 100. From this class, you are able to learn all the prime numbers from 1 to 100 without memorization. So, here we are going to learn the easiest way, fun way of learning here. So, that is, we want to by heart a fancy number of 10 digit. That is, you can take 1, 2, 3, from the right side I have taken 1, 2, 3, then double time 2 and 1 time 3, then double time 2 and double of that double 4. Only you want to memorize double 4, double 2, 3, double 2, 3, 2, 1. In case if you are a beginner, you want to learn all the prime numbers without memorization, this is the easiest trick to memorize it. That is, first I can write the numbers 1 to 10 over here. For that, I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, in that, what is the first property says? 1 is not a prime number nor a composite number. I have striked out 1 because it is not a prime number, right? So, after 2, what is the second property says? After 2, no even numbers are in the list of prime numbers. So, strike out all the even numbers. After 2, 4 is a even number, striked out. 6 is a even number. 8 is an even number and 10 is also an even number. So, after that, how many numbers I am having? 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, let me take those numbers alone in the first column. So, I have taken 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So, in that, we know that 9 is not a prime number because 3 into 3 is 9. So, just have it. Now, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, what are the numbers ought to be taken is only we want to take the odd numbers. That is, after 2, no even numbers are in the list of prime numbers. So, I am taking 11. Just forget this line. 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. Only I have concentrated on the odd numbers. Now we are going to like in the similar way everything. But the next thing is after 5 there is no number ending with 5 which is said to be the prime number. So in the middle path you are going to strike out everything, that is 15, 25, 35 and all, you can strike it out. Now the numbers will be so, that is 2, 3, 5, 7 or the first 4 numbers. Yes, we have got the 4 numbers for the first line. Then the next 4, here it is clearly given 4. So, I have taken the 15 from this point. Now, we can write down 21, 23, 27, 29. From that, we are going to filter according to the requirement. So, let's write down 31, 33, 37, 39. Here, 41, 43, 47, 49, 51, 53, 57, 59, 61, 63, 67, 69, 71, 73, 77, 79, 81, 83, 87, 89, 91, 93, 97 and 99. So, we have the value from the properties. We have rejected all the even numbers and also we have rejected all the numbers ending with 5 except 5. So, now in the first series we have ignored 9. So, 2, 3, 5, 7 all are the prime numbers, total numbers 4. Yes, here we have 4. So, no need to filter at all. We have 4 numbers, so we got. So, here only we require 2 numbers. So, from that you can easily eliminate 2 numbers ought to be eliminated. Let's take 21 is 7 into 3 and here 27 is 9 into 3. So, I can eliminate these 2 numbers. So, the rest of the numbers are 23 and 29. The 2 numbers I got. What about the next 2 numbers? So, here 11 into 3 is 33 and 39 is 9 plus 3 which is 12, easily divisible by 3. So, if you have not yet viewed the concept of test of divisibility video, just you can watch that video in the previous session. So, here we can say that 39 is divisible by 3. So, we can eliminate this number. So, now I am clearing these 2 values. At present I am having 2, that is 31 and 37. No need to filter anymore. Why? Because already we have 2 prime numbers in this section. Okay, what happened in the next section? 3 numbers are required. So, only 1 number is to be eliminated. Simply we can say 7 into 7 which is 49, which is not a prime number. So, we can eliminate this number from the series. No need to work for these 3. Why? Because we got 3 numbers. What about the next section? 2 numbers are required. For that we want to eliminate 2 numbers. Here look at the number 51. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is divisible by 3. So, we can eliminate this number. Then what about 57? 5 plus 7, which is 12, which is also divisible by 3. Simply you can eliminate this. So 2 numbers I have got, that is correct. What about the next section? 2 numbers are required. So 6 plus 3, no need to check for every number. 6 plus 3 straight away will give you 6 plus 3 is 9, which is divisible by 3. So simply I can strike out the number. Then 6 plus 9, which is simply 15, which is also divisible by 3. So simply we can eliminate these 2 numbers, and I am having 2 numbers in the series. Next one is total numbers required are 3. From the series you can eliminate only one number. Simply we can say, anyone can say 11 into 7 is 77. So it is to be striked out, which is not a prime number at all. So after clearing this value, I got 3 values over here. The next one is 2 numbers are required. So what about the number 81? 8 plus 1 is 9, which is divisible by 3. So I can eliminate that number. So one more number is to be deleted. So 8 plus 7, I am checking. 15 is divisible by 3, so it is to be deleted. So after eliminating these 2 numbers, I am having these 2 numbers with me, that is correct. 91 to 100, only one number is required, that is the prime number. Other 3 numbers are to be eliminated. So this 91 is nothing. 13 into 7 is 91. So it is not a prime number, you can simply strike it out. What about 93? 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 is divisible by 3. So 93 is also not a prime number. No idea of 97, just leave it. 99, 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 is divisible by 3. So 99 is not also a prime number. So we can eliminate all these 3. So what is the only one prime number between 91 and 100? That is 97. Now you can count all these numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89 and 97 are the 25 prime numbers within the range 1 to 100. However, you need to memorize all these values for the speed calculation in the examination. The next concept is checking for the primality of a given number. That is, one of the number is given in front of you, 103. You need to check whether this number is a prime or not. For this, you need to follow certain rules. The first rule is find the closer number n, which is the square root of the nearest number. So here I will have to find 2 numbers because one will be below the level, another one will be the above level. So 103, I know that 10 square is 100 and 11 square is 121. Simply I am writing here 10 square is 100 and 11 square is 121. 103 is within the range of 100 to 121. So always n is the highest number. Don't take 10 because it is below the range. In this case we want to take the highest number. So here 11 is given. So then n is 11. So for this concept, the closer number is 121 and the square root of the closer number is 11. So in this case, n is 11 I have taken. Now the next step is to what are the prime numbers within 11. So 1 to 11, what are the prime numbers you want to make the list. For that purpose, already we have memorized all those prime numbers. So let me write down all the prime numbers from 1 to 11. So the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. Only 5 prime numbers. The first step what we have done, the number, what is the range of the number between those 2 numbers we have taken. For that we have taken the square root of the number. So 11 square we got. So 11 is the n. So from 1 to 11 we want to take down all the prime numbers. Now what is the next step is using the test of divisibility rule, you want to check the 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11 with 103. Let's do it one by one. Now we have taken the rule for 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11 for the test of divisibility. Let us check one by one rule with 103. What is the first rule? Last digit should be even for the divisibility check with 2. What is the last digit here? Which is 3. So we can say 2 is not divisible in this number. Then the next one. sum of the digits should be the multiple of 3, this number will be definitely divisible by 3 then. So what are the sum of the number? 1 plus 0 plus 3, which is equal to 4, and 4 is not a multiple of 3. So we can say this 1 or 3 is not a multiple of 3. Then the next one, for 5, last digit should be 0 or 5. So looking at the last digit, that is 3, which is not equal to 0 or 5. So simply we can reject this. 5 is not divisible in this number. So moving on to the next one, what about 7? So you can take these 3 steps to find the number, checking for whether it is a prime number or not. Already we have done these processes in the test of divisibility video. Just you can go through that. Or else you can also take this number under the division method, as it is a simple number, right? So here I can divide with 7. So 1 times 7 is 7. The rest is 3. Here I have brought down the 3. So 33. Checking for the 33, which is not a multiple of 7. So we can reject. 7 is not a factor of 103, or 103 is not a multiple of 7. So 7 is rejected. Now only one number 11 we are having. If this number is not a multiple of 11, definitely we can say the answer, this number is a prime number. Let's check it. So what is the rule for 11? Difference between the sum of even place digits. What are the sum of even place digits? Here only one. This is second place. This is third place, and this is the first place. So second place 0 is have. So 0, no number is to be added with 0. 0 plus 0, 0. Then the next one is the sum of odd place digits. First place and third place, that is 1 plus 3, which is 4. So now I am subtracting 0 with 4. I am getting the negative answer minus 4. What will be doing in the test of divisibility for 11? We will be ignoring the negative value. Only we will be focusing on the value here, that is 4 given. So 4 is not equal to 0 or multiple of 11. So we can reject 11. So 11 is not a factor of 103. So all these 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, all the prime numbers are to be checked out. For the primality checking of number 103, all these numbers are not divisible. No need to move forward. That is, no need to check with 13 and all. Simply we can say 103 is a prime number. So moving on to the next question. Let's take the next example, 181. This is another number in front of you. For that you will have to check the primality for that. So 181, which is closer to what number? Simply, if you have memorized up to 25 square, it is easy to answer. 13 square is 169 and 14 square is 196. So 181 lies between the range 169 and 196. Now what is the n here? N is the greater number, that is 14 you want to take, don't take 13. So n is 14. So what we want to do? Similar to the previous case, you want to take down all the prime numbers within the range 1 to 14. What are the prime numbers from 1 to 14? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. So all these numbers are to be checked out to find whether this number is prime or not. Let's do this. Already we are having 2's divisibility rule, 3, 5, 7 up to 11. What is the rule for 13? That is to be included over here. First let's check with all these 5 and also we want to check with 13. If this number is not even divisible by any one of this number, then we can come to the decidement that 181 is a prime number. Let's do that. Now we got the rule for 13, that is take the last digit, multiply by 4 and add with the rest. Now let's check with one by one. The first rule, rule for 2, the last digit should be even. Look at the last digit, which is 1. So which is not even number, so we can strike out. 2 is not divisible in the number. Moving on to the next one, 3. Sum of the digits should be the multiple of 3. Let me take 1 plus 8 plus 1, which is simply 10. 10 is not a multiple of 3. So definitely we can say 181 is also not a multiple of 3. So I have eliminated 3. The next one, last digit 0 or 5, which is for the test of divisibility with 5. So we can check here. The last digit is 1, which is not equal to 0 or 5. So we can say 0 or 5, which is not presented, 5 is not divisible in that. Moving on to the next one, 7. Here also you can take all the 3 steps or you can directly divide with 7. So 181, I am dividing by 7. No need the quotient part here. 14 is one of the multiple of 7 I have taken here. The rest is 4, 1. The remainder 41, which is not a multiple of 7. Why? Because 42 and 49 are the multiples of 7. 41 is not. So, 41 is not the multiple of 7. 181 is also not the multiple of 7. So, 7 is rejected. Moving on to the next rule. 11. Difference between the sum of even place digit. What are the even place digit? Only second place, that is 8 is situated. No other number to add up with. So, I have taken this 8 over here. The next one, the sum of odd place digit. What are the odd place? This is first place and this is third place. So 1 plus 1, which is 2. Now I am getting the difference between these two. 8 minus 2, which is 6. 6 is not a multiple of 11 or also not equal to 0. So simply we can say 181, which is not divisible by 11. So 11 also striked out. So these 5 numbers are not divisible in 181. So let's check for 13. If this is the last criteria, if this number is also not divisible in 181, simply we can come to the conclusion that 181 is a prime number. Let's do that process also. The next one is checking with rule for 13, that is 181. I have taken, take the last digit. 1 is the last digit. I have separated that, multiply by 4. So into 4. 1 into 4, the result is 4. It is to be added with the rest. So I have taken 18 plus 4. What is 18 plus 4? Which is going to be 22. 22, which is not a multiple of 13. What are the multiples of 13? 13, 26, 39 and so on. 22, which is not a multiple of 13. So we can easily conclude 181, which is not a multiple of 13. So all these prime numbers within the range which are not divisible in 181, no other way to check any other number. Simply we can come to the conclusion 181 is a prime number. This is the way of checking primality with any given number. Two prime numbers which differ by 2 are called twin primes. So here we can say that what are the prime numbers list, that is 3 and 5 I have taken down from the list, that is 3 and 5 differs by 2, that is 2 prime numbers which differ by 2. The difference between those 2 numbers should be 2 and also those 2 numbers are prime, so we can call them as twin primes. So one of such a set is 3 and 5. One more set we can take, that is 11 and 13. Here 3 and 5. Here 11 and 13 and 5 and 7 is also one of such a set. So we can frame so many sets from that. I have taken for example 3 sets, that is 3 and 5, 11 and 13 and 5 and 7. Let's move on to the properties to make the concept. That is property number 1. Every prime number is of the form 6n plus 1 or 6n minus 1, where n is equal to the natural number. So let's take here 3 and 5. So here this is not applicable for 3 and 5. You can write down except 3 and 5. Why? Because 3 and 5 are the smallest prime numbers than 6. So, except 3 and 5, every number you can take 11 and 13, 5 and 7, also one more number 17 and 19. It is also a twin prime. So, here any prime number you can take 6n plus 1 or 6n minus 1. So, let's make 11 and 13. Let's check. So, here after that, n is what actually? N is a natural number. Natural number means the range from starting with 1 to infinite. So here 6 into 1. I am taking n is equal to 1 here for the first property. So 6 into 1 plus 1. What is the result? 6 into 1 is 6 plus 1, 7. The first number is 7. What is the next number? 6 into 1 minus 1. So I am subtracting 6 minus 1, which is 5. So 5 and 7 are twin primes. So every prime number is in the form 6n plus 1 or 6n minus 1. Every twin prime number will be in the set of 6n plus 1 and 6n minus 1. That is to be understood from this property. Moving on to the next property, the number between these two numbers is a multiple of 6. So definitely between any two twin prime numbers, in middle number any one number will be there. What is the nature of that middle number is, it is a multiple of 6 always. So you can follow the rule 3 and 5 except 3 and 5 because they are below the range of 6. Except 3 and 5, these properties are applicable for all other prime numbers. So I have ignored this. So 11 and 13, what is the middle number, which is 12? So we can say 12 is the number which is a multiple of 6. 6 into 2 is 12. So got the point. Checking with the next number, 5 and 7. What is the middle number? Middle number is exactly 6, which is also can be say 6 or its multiple. Then the next one, 17 and 19. What is the middle number between these? That is 18. So 18 is 6 into 3, which is the multiple of 6. So second property proved. Moving on to the third property, as a result, the sum of any two twin primes is divisible by 12. So let me take any two twin primes, that is except 3 and 5, 11 plus 13. What is the result? 5 plus 7. What is the result? 17 plus 19. What is the result? Let's check with the result. 17 plus 19, that is 26 here. 36 is the total. Then 11 plus 13, which is going to be 24. Then 5 plus 7, which is 12. Now let's check with the divisibility. Divided by 12, yes, it is divisible. Here it is divisible by 12, yes, 2 times. Here it is divisible by 12, yes, 1 time. Here 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Likewise, you can check with any twin prime. The middle number is multiple of 6 and the summation of those two twin prime number will be divisible by 12 or multiple of 12. That's all. So the next concept is co-prime. Two numbers having only one as a common factor. In simple words, two numbers are said to be co-prime when there is no common factor between them except one. That is, the number may or may not be prime number. So also we can take the composite number. To avoid confusion, I have taken the example as two composite numbers. So any two number you can take if there is no common factor between those two numbers except one. Why? Because one is the common factor of every number. That is the thing over here. So you can skip one. So after one, if there is no any common factor between those two numbers, even they may be prime or even it may be a composite number, then they are said to be co-prime. So let's take the factors of 6 first. What are the factors of 6? 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, also 6 is a factor. So I got 4 factors totally. Now let's factorize 25. What are the factors of 25? 1 is a factor, 5 is a factor, also 25 is one of the factor. So let's make the common factors over here. I have marked here. 1 is a common factor. So except 1, only 1 or except 1, it is to be leave. So here 2, 3, 6, 5, 25, no common factors other than 1. So we can simply say these two numbers are co-prime to each other. Now let's take the another example. The next example is 12 and 21. Let's check whether these two numbers are co-prime to each other or not. For that we want to factorize 12 first. 1, 2, 3 is a factor, 4 is a factor, 6 is a factor, also 12 is a factor. So how many? 6 factors in total. For 21, let's make it 1 is a factor, 3 is a factor, 7 is a factor and also 21 is a factor. Among that, what are the common things? Let's mark it. 1 is a factor. So leave 1. Another one is 3. 3 is also a common factor. Even one common factor is there except 1. Then they are not to be set as co-prime because common factors are there. We can say 12 and 21 are not co-prime. So this is the concept of co-prime. Let's move on to the properties of co-prime numbers. The next one is properties of co-prime. Already we have seen that two numbers may or may not be a prime number, but the factors between them is not common except one, then those numbers are said to be co-prime to each other. They may be two numbers or three numbers, so on. So the first property is one is co-prime with every number. So let me take 1 and 31. So in that common factors will be 1. So 1 is a common factor being here. So we can say 1 is co-prime with every number. That is the first rule. Then the next one, every prime number is co-prime to each other. You can take any two prime numbers. The compatibility between these two will be always co-prime. Say for example, 19 is one of the prime number and 23 is one of the prime number. What are the factors of 19? 1 and 19. Two numbers we got. What are the factors of 23? 1 and 23. Here also two numbers we got. Here except 1, leave that 1. Is there any common factors between these two? No. So these two numbers are said to be co-prime. So 1 is also co-prime with every number. The next thing, any two successive numbers are always co-prime. You can take any two successive. Successive means next number. Say for example, if I am taking 24 is one of the number, the next number to 24 is 25. So if you are collecting all these factors, definitely it will become co-prime. Let's take what are the factors of 24? 1, 2, 3 is divisible, 4 is also divisible, 5 is not divisible, then 12 is divisible, then 8 is divisible, and also 6 is divisible. These much of factors I have got for 24. Let's take for 25, 1 is a factor, 5 is a factor, and 25 is a factor. So 24 and 25, what are the common factors? 1 we got, after that no any common factors. So any successive next numbers, you can take any two next numbers, definitely they will be co-prime to each other. In the examination, if they are given the question 1076 and 1077, next number is 1077, right? So whether the set of this number is co-prime or not, without checking, without or doing any calculation, simply you can answer this question by using the property any two successive number always co-prime. So this is a set of co-prime number. The last property, any two co-prime numbers are always co-prime with their sum. That is, we can take any two numbers, that is 2 and 5, which are co-prime to each other. Why? Because here 1 and 2, here 1 and 5, no common factors. What is the sum? Sum of these two numbers is 2 plus 5, which is 7. So what the last property says is 2 is co-prime to 5 and 5 is co-prime to 7, and 7 and 2 are co-primes and 5 and 7 are co-primes. These are the things we can gather from these properties. In this session, we have learned the basic concepts of the prime numbers. Subscribe our channel for more upcoming session. In the next session, we are going to do practice problems in the number system practice problems.